And to learn what is at stake in Chile's election, we are joined by journalist Claudia Carvajal, who is in Santiago covering this historic event. Thank you, Claudia, for joining us. More than 1,300 candidates will compete to become members of the Constitution or Convention. Its mission will be to write the writing of a new constitution, which will be submitted to a referendum in 2022. Who are these candidates? Can you tell us about how the drafting process will be carried out?
Well, good afternoon. It is an historical event for Chile. It is the first time that the people will elect the members of the constituent power, the Constitutional Convention. The convention, that power, will be elected under a gender parity mechanism that is unique in the world and which will guarantee a minimum participation of 45% of women. Indigenous people, meanwhile, will have 17 reserved seats. Regarding to your question, the candidates have multiple backgrounds. We have ex-secretaries of states, former congressmen and women. Some of them actually resigned to the Congress to run for a place in the convention, and also a big number of independents running in and out of pacts. The 155 members of the convention are being elected right now on the basis of the electoral system of the deputies, which is basically the Chamber of Representatives in our country. And its president must convene its first session of installation of the convention, and the place of convocation will be Palacio Pereira. In its first session, the convention shall elect a president and a vice president by an absolute majority of its members in office.
Okay, and what are people's expectations regarding the new constitution? What do the people want to include in this constitution?
That is a very wide question. There are multiple expectations. One of the rights that people want to consecrate is equality and gender equality, mainly because we had a very strong feminist movement in the past few years. Also, the right to free education and public health. But probably the most urgent demand is related to pensions and social security that is now basically inexistent. Our pension system is based in personal savings and individual capitalization. That means that dependent workers are mandatory making contributions to the private companies called AFPs, and independent workers do so voluntarily, but also they have a mandatory saving anyway because their tax refund is withheld every year in order to fulfill that purpose of savings, of personal savings. Also, there are several demands regarding to the environment, especially the right to water. You probably know that Chile has a privatized water system that has affected many communities that live on less than 100 liters a day, which is the amount of water recommended by the World Health Organization. Those are widely probably the most popular demands, but there are many, including animal rights. Like I said before, gender equality is one of the most important, and water lately, besides pensions, like I explained before.
And how this new constitution will be implemented? Will it solve people's demands? And if not, what else should be done?
That's a very difficult question. In terms of the implementation or how it is going to work, like I said before, after the electoral service that gives the results of the election that's actually happening right now and it's going to finish tomorrow, the convention will begin its session in the I think it's 60 days after the results are being held. And they have to elect by the absolute majority a president and a vice president. The convention must draft and approve a text proposal. I need to make a very important point there. It's a proposal for the new constitution, and they have 9 months from its installation to actually deliver that proposal. That period can be extended for over 3 months, all over 3 months, just once. And well, in regard to your other question, that's if it's going to solve all our problems, I don't know if I have an answer to that, because we have many problems, and most of them could have been solved before with political will, maybe, and some change of a few laws. But what a new constitution will actually solve is that this is going to be a constitution written by the people and for the people in a democracy. And that will solve the main problem that our current constitution has, that is legitimacy, because that constitution was written in a dictatorship. And that is something that after 30 years of democracy should change by now.
Well, we want to actually wish all the luck for the Chilean people for this historic movement, and we want to thank you for all your time, and we hope we can talk about a little more about this in the next time.
No, I hope so, that too.
Thank you very much. That was Claudia Carvajal in Santiago de Chile.